Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Un gusto saludarlos. Bueno, vamos a esperar unos minutos para que más personas puedan seguir uniéndose. Soy Cristi Won de la Misión Económica de Israel acá en Perú. Les damos otra vez una cordial bienvenida al webinar Retail Inteligente, Soluciones Israelíes que están revolucionando el sector en Latinoamérica. Bueno, esto es un esfuerzo conjunto de las misiones económicas en Argentina, Chile, Colombia, México, España y Perú con el apoyo y soporte del Instituto de Exportación de Israel. Y bueno, la idea es hacer un puente entre la tecnología de Israel y conectar, bueno, con los más importantes stakeholders de los países que nos están acompañando. Van a estar cuatro empresas, las cuales van a tener 7 minutos para compartirnos sobre sus nuevas soluciones. Y bueno, antes de iniciar, quiero mencionar que que está disponible la opción de traducción simultánea. Entonces pueden ir a la barra inferior en el icono del mundo y elegir el idioma de su preferencia, ¿no? Vamos a tener un espacio de preguntas y respuestas al final, entonces pueden ir dejando las consultas sea por el chat o por la caja de preguntas y respuestas, ¿no? Voy a hacer esto súper pequeño en inglés, solamente para algunas personas que puedan necesitarlo. So, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. We warmly welcome you to this webinar focused on retail solutions from Israel. This is a joint effort between the Israel Experience Institute and the economic missions in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Spain, and Peru. We are joined by four companies that will share with us in 7 minutes each about their solutions. And before we begin, there's a translation option available. You can go to the bottom bar and select the icon of the world and select your preferred language. We will also have a question and answer session following all the presentations, so you can leave all your comments or leave your questions, of course, in the box. So bueno, ahora sin mayor preámbulo, le quiero dar la palabra a Sivan Kfir Katz, quien es agregada comercial y económica de Israel en México, para que nos dé unas palabras de introducción.
Muchas gracias, Cristi. Buenos días a nuestros colegas e invitados de toda Latinoamérica. Y buenas tardes a quienes nos acompañan desde Israel y España. Es un gran placer darles la bienvenida al webinar Retail Inteligente, Soluciones Israelíes que están revolucionando el sector en Latinoamérica, donde exploraremos soluciones tecnológicas innovadoras y de alto potencial desarrolladas en Israel. Nos alegra mucho poder crear este espacio para el diálogo e intercambio sobre innovación, así como facilitar conexiones entre empresas de tecnología israelí y actores relevantes del sector en América Latina y España. Como sabemos, el sector retail es una parte fundamental de la economía mundial, ya que impulsa la generación de empleo, fomenta la innovación y contribuye al crecimiento económico a nivel global. En los últimos años, la industria ha experimentado una transformación impulsada por el desarrollo y adopción de nuevas tecnologías en diversas áreas del sector. Estas innovaciones están redefiniendo la experiencia del consumidor, mejorando procesos y generando nuevas oportunidades para construir un ecosistema más eficiente, competitivo y sostenible. Israel, reconocido como la Startup Nation, ha sido durante mucho tiempo líder en el desarrollo de tecnología de vanguardia, y el sector retail no es una excepción. Hoy tenemos el honor de contar con la presencia de un grupo de destacadas empresas israelíes que compartirán soluciones en inteligencia artificial, comercio electrónico, creación de contenido personalizado y tecnologías enfocadas en la optimización de la cadena de suministro. Me gustaría agradecer especialmente a las empresas israelíes que nos acompañan hoy, así como al Israel Export Institute y las oficinas comerciales de Israel en Latinoamérica, y España por coorganizar este webinar. Gracias a todos ustedes, nuestros invitados, por acompañarnos el día de hoy y espero que esta sesión inspire nuevas ideas, colaboraciones y soluciones innovadoras que impulsen la transformación del sector en la región. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Iván, por las palabras de introducción. Daniela, que nos está acompañando de la Misión Económica de Colombia, va a dejar en el chat el contacto de todas las misiones por si quieren luego ponerse en contacto con algún país en específico. Ahora invito a Shahar Bransford, que es Business Development Coordinator de Retail, Media y Sportec del Instituto de Exportación de Israel.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Sivan. I'll be quick. My name is Shachar. I'm the Business Development Coordinator in the retail tech sector in the Israeli Export Institute. The Israeli Export Institute is a non-profit organization dedicated only to promoting Israeli companies worldwide. Together with the Foreign Trade Administration and the Israeli trade missions to Latin America and Spain, we hold virtual or in-person events in significant sectors in the Israeli industry. Our work with the Israeli ecosystem includes constantly profiling Israeli companies and creating exact matchmaking opportunities from customized B2B meetings, roadshows, global exhibitions, and webinars such as this one. The retail tech sector in Israel is very developed and meets real needs that rise from the entire system, such as from the industry until the customer journey. The retail tech sector in Israel is also very diverse and made from a lot of subsectors, such as supply chains and logistics, payments and online shopping, in-store operations, marketing, business intelligence, analytics, and many, many more. Today, 4 companies of the Israeli ecosystem will present their solutions. And we all hope that this online event will progress to advanced business meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Shahar. Gracias. Bueno, para las nuevas personas que se han sumado, les recuerdo que está disponible la opción de traducción. Solamente tienen que ir a la barra inferior en el icono del mundo y elegir el idioma de su preferencia. Ahora vamos a pasar a lo que es las exposiciones de las empresas y para eso voy a invitar a Pini Usha de Buffers AI. Pini, the floor is yours.
Okay. You can hear me, right?
Sí, yes.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Pini Usha, and I'm from Buffers AI. We are a supply chain SaaS solution. Our company founded around 10 years ago, and we bring SaaS solution in 2 areas. One is in the purchasing, and the second is in the replenishment. I'll share the presentation with your permission. Okay, so we are a one-stop shop, and we are solving 2 problems. The first problem is the replenishment. We call the replenishment is the stock that need to send from the
El
warehouse to each
stock,
one
por
of
ejemplo,
the
que tiene que ir
selling points, mainly in retail stores. And the second solution that we offer is the purchasing, meaning buying from the vendor and sending mostly to the central warehouse or directly to the stores. Now, both modules has overlapping algorithms and common constraints, but the main difference between the 2 modules, that's purchasing you are doing with a very long lead time, meaning that you are planning a season for 3, 6, 9 months, and replenishment you are doing mainly daily or weekly or something closer. As I said, we are operating 10 years, and we support many constraints, such as how to handle new products, how to handle first allocation, meaning how to allocate the quantity that arrives, the quantities to send to the stores, how to open new stores, what's the right quantities, how to change the assortment, how to make push, back orders, promotion, and all of day-to-day work that the merchandise team is doing, but we are doing it in a very sophisticated way and a very accurate way. So we have in the documentation, I'm not going to go into each one of the solution that we have. What I would like to emphasize is that it's very transparent and everything is very, very explainable in the system, and you can always understand what's going on and why we choose that solution. Eventually, the output of the replenishment module is to give an replenishment order to the central warehouse, meaning that send from that product, that quantity to that store. That's the output of the system. As simple as it sounds, it involves millions of micro decisions, and I say millions, I know what I'm saying. It's millions of micro decisions why each product needs to be sent to that destination. So that's the big day-to-day work. That's called the replenishment. We have proven case study that we do 5-time returns on investment. I can share case studies, but that's for another time. And the second module is the forecasting. Building forecasting, it's a complex task, but the whole forecasting world has changed in the last year, I must say, because I'm doing it for 20 years, forecasting. I must admit that in the last 12 months, this world has changed, and that's because of the UI and the foundation models. And this is another thing that we do. We do the forecasting, so you can order for the next season or next horizon window that you're doing the forecasting. And I'm saying that the world has changed because now the big companies, the big tech companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon has released 3 models. And this is the model that we are using, and you can see here in the graph. They released the pre-trained models based on millions of products in thousands of other companies. They released it as an open source, and now everyone can use it. So we are one of the companies that's using those models to find and train based on our clients' data to do a better forecasting. So I would say like 12 months ago, you had the option to do forecasting by statistical models. And in the last year, you have the option to use pre-trained by the biggest LLM languages. They are doing the AI, Google, Meta, and Amazon. Amazon is cloud. And use their pre-trained data to do forecasting for your own benefits. Now, I would say as a comment that we found that the AI models bringing great results, especially in new products, not in common products that you have. If you have a product that is selling 24 months, statistical models work better than AI. But for new products to the market, the AI brings amazing results. We see it in the last year with our clients. And that's a big problem that they have. Some of the clients, we have big clients in Central America and in South America and US, of course, but South America also. One of them is H&M. You can understand the complexity of H&M. So we started 2 years ago to work with. We're working with 14 countries of H&M, but in Central America, in Brazil, that's a big market that they are operating. We have Miniso, 10 countries, and many other countries in South America and Central America.
Hi, Pini, you have 1 more minute, please.
Yeah, so that's it. Our solution is big and vast, and we have to talk about, but we are, as I said, a one-stop shop for the supply chain and merchandisers that are looking to optimize and get great result and great ROI on the software. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vinny. Le recordamos a todos que pueden ir dejando sus preguntas. Sé que ya hay algunas en la caja de preguntas y respuestas y las vamos a abordar más adelante. Ahora quería invitar a Tuvia Elbaum de Emails AI. Tuvia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you all. I'm Tuvia, CPO of Emails AI. Really, what you have to know about us, about Emails AI, is right in front of you right now. We like to say by us that a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's what we believe in. And the idea is that as a retailer, you send thousands, millions of messages per day to your customers, transactional messages anywhere throughout the funnel, from the beginning of the funnel when a lead lands on your website, lands into your store and is interested in something, to the middle of the funnel when you're trying to close deals, and then later on after the sale, order confirmations, shipping, delivery, return, and so on and so on. Now, the thing is with these messages, when you're sending them, the customer is actually waiting for these messages. This is what we call in the term, these are a pull messages by the customer. And it's a golden opportunity for the business to talk to the customer in a much more engaging and informative way. And what we do by us is we take these messages that a business already sends and we turn them into hyper personal visual experiences. I'll explain those few words in just a second. But like I said, the idea you see right now in front of you. So let's assume there's a person who ordered a TV and is waiting for an expert to come and install the TV in the home. So usually they would get this email with the TV they ordered with information that the appointment is set for this and this day. We take the data you have about the customer and we create this visual experience, and that is what gets sent out. And we take the data you have and personalize it to the level so that, for example, the person lives in a certain type of urban environment. They're married. They have a pet, or let's say World Cup is going on. So they're into soccer, into football. All this can be translated into the personalization of the entire experience of the visual. It's not just a name or something like that, but it's something much, much more exciting, much, much more engaging. And then obviously, the more engaging the message is, the higher conversion you get. So anywhere across the funnel, you send these messages, you will send these visual experiences, you will see higher conversion. So if you want to drive more leads from the top of the funnel, like I said, from the different shopping carts towards closing deals, or once deals are closed, you want to upsell them, or once you have promotional campaigns every week, every month, whatever it is, whatever message, transactional message you're already sending out, once you send them in a hyper-personalized visual experience, you will see higher conversion. Higher conversion means more leads going down the funnel, and eventually, of course, more revenue, more sales for the company. And when I say hyper-personal visual experience, so it's not just an image or a video, but it's an entire experience. So let's take here, for example, an order confirmation for someone that ordered a certain type of clothes, a shirt or shoes, whatever it is. So instead of just sending that image with the number, they will get this entire experience where they see the product. And not only do they see the product, but they also, as we say, see themselves and what we call celebrate the product. So for example, over here, we know based on history and purchasing history and things that were purchased in the past, we're talking about a 40-year-old male that lives in an urban environment. It's now the fall time. All this can be translated into this experience. And then once the customer, again, sees this visual experience, and as we say, celebrates the product, sees themselves with the product, it's way more engaging. And then any type of call to action you want to add into this level, into this message that gets sent out, we can put inside. So for example, over here, if you want to get them to track their order or things like that, it's doable. Or a few other classic examples for retailers is shipping updates when people are waiting for things that are about to arrive and you want to track them, give them that better experience that you're caring for them, and you want them to be there for the unboxing, things like that. Or whether it's even in actual physical stores when you have the digital receipt that gets sent out. So not just sending out a simple looking receipt would happen today, but again, if you know who the customer is, 40-year-old male, and so on and so on, you can all of this you can put into this experience. And as I mentioned, different call to actions, different moving the customer through the different levels of the funnel. And the idea is that what we like to do by us and say by us is we don't interrupt your workflow. We don't change anything about your customer journey. We integrate directly into the CRM. So whether you use Salesforce, whether you use SAP, whatever it is, and of course, Shopify, we integrate directly into these CRMs, these platforms, and you don't even feel us in the background. You continue your customer journey as it is today. And we just, every time a certain customer gets to that specific touch point that gets beautified, we create that visual experience, send it back to your platform, and then you distribute it as you do today. We're working already with some very big companies. Obviously, in Israel, we are across the border, across industries, from the automotive to insurance, of course, to retail, consumer goods, and so on. We're now moving into EMEA with some very big partnerships in the retail space, with a few of the biggest supermarkets in Europe. We have a few, probably the largest supermarket in the world in the US, we're working with a pilot on. And of course, we have a lot to offer to the entire e-commerce retail space. GDPR approved, SOC 2, Type 2, of course, all of these things together. And if I'll have to finish with one sentence and one concept to remember is we like to say by us, we bring marketing into sales. So marketing is about color, about feeling, about emotion, about getting the customer to experience your product, to see the value of the product in all its beauty. We take that power and we bring it into the sales mechanism, where sales is about the one-on-one conversation with the specific customer about the specific product they want. We allow for that combination. We allow for those two things to happen together. So thank you again for your time. And if there's any questions, happy to answer.
Thank you, Tobias. Yeah, we have a couple that we can address later, so no worries. Bueno, ahora quiero darle la palabra a Julián Ruiz de Retano para que nos comparta en 7 minutos sobre su solución. Julián, no te escuchamos, tienes el micro apagado. Ay, perdona, te quise desmutear.
Ya está,
ahora sí.
listo. Bueno, buenos días y buenas tardes a todos. Soy Julián, soy el Country Manager para la parte de Iberia y LATAM. Me acompaña también mi compañero Marco, que es uno de los desarrolladores de implementación nuestros. Retano somos una empresa de gestión de desarrollo en software SaaS. Llevamos ya más de 10 años también trabajando en esto. Y principalmente, no voy a entrar a detalles mucho más largos, bueno, simplemente tenemos un portfolio de soluciones que son soluciones independientes, pero que entre ellas se retroalimentan y se ayudan unas a otras. Nos centramos sobre todo en la parte más operativa del retailer, pero trabajamos también las partes más de logística o las partes de fidelización. Como podéis ver aquí, por ejemplo, son algunas de las soluciones. Pues tenemos herramienta para la planogramación de las tiendas, la herramienta que lanzamos el año pasado para el desarrollo de los surtidos de manera automática, la gestión de la cadena de suministro en 360 grados de manera automatizada, y todas estas tres soluciones se retroalimentan de manera que una le da la información a la otra y gestionamos lo que sería un ecosistema completo. De esta manera, este ecosistema nos va a permitir que no nos centremos solo en una pata de la operativa de la empresa, sino que abarquemos cualquiera de los departamentos que tengamos. A modo resumido, podemos decir, un segundito que paso a la diapositiva. Dentro de la gestión de la cadena de suministro nos podemos centrar en lo que es como digo siempre resumido, en qué comprar, cuándo, en qué cantidad, y que esos pedidos se hagan automáticamente, bien sea para las tiendas, bien sea para los centros de distribución, bien sea porque los pedimos a un proveedor, a un fabricante, o porque lo pedimos a nuestras propias tiendas o porque lo pedimos a nuestros centros de distribución. Posteriormente, esa otra segunda solución que decía se encarga de la gestión de los planogramas de manera automática. Cuando hablamos, nuestros clientes potenciales suelen tener cientos de tiendas o miles de tiendas, es en el mercado en el que nos movemos. Necesitan hacer esa planogramación y los costes laborales, los costes que tienen de trabajo son muy grandes para hacer los diseños de los planogramas. Entonces, toda esta información se automatiza, se gestiona dentro de la misma plataforma, pidiendo ayuda o solicitando y entregando información a la cadena de suministro para saber cuál es el producto óptimo que debería poner en la estantería, en qué cantidad y cuándo, ¿no? Según todas esas partes promocionales, stocks, estacionalidades que nos suministra, por ejemplo, la cadena de suministro. Como veis aquí tenemos algunos KPIs. El enfoque de todo esto es reducir errores, reducir stocks, reducir el capital circulante de manera que podamos centrarnos más en que esos expertos que tenemos en la empresa, bien sean los category managers, los responsables de la cadena de suministro, compradores o el equipo de venta, se pueda centrar en lo que realmente tiene experiencia y se dejen esta parte más operativa, tediosa y mecánica de la generación de los pedidos, como que un gerente de tienda se dedique a encargarse de la tienda y no se dedique a, con un papel y un boli, tener que estar haciendo los pedidos todos los días. Cuando hablamos de la parte de la cadena de la planogramación, ampliamos a una solución que lanzamos el año pasado. Os pongo solo una imagen para que entendáis. Llegamos a, utilizando el Computer Vision, poder definir si las estanterías están bien o no y cuáles son los errores que tendríamos en esa estantería, con lo que el control operacional en el negocio permite que desde la central se sepa el estado exacto de cada uno de esos planogramas en cada una de las estanterías, en cada una de los cientos de tiendas que tenemos, con lo que el control de la gestión en tienda y de cuándo se implementan esas campañas o esas promociones o esos cambios de estacionalidad de los productos que se ofrecen sea mucho más sencillo desde la central. Y la tercera solución que gira en torno a esta parte operativa del ecosistema sería Kanban. Básicamente lo que venimos a hacer aquí es definir de manera automática cuál es el surtido que debemos tener en cada una de las tiendas. Las tres soluciones que he mencionado trabajamos a un nivel de SKU por tienda. Es el propio Category Manager o el propio responsable de cadena de suministro, de ventas, comercial, marketing, que gestiona la parte de programación, va a poder automatizar estos procesos de manera que una tienda tendrá un surtido y otra tienda tendrá otro surtido, pero se harán de manera automatizada para cada una de ellas, teniendo de nuevo en consideración las estacionalidades, promociones, estrategias que podamos utilizar en cada una de las tiendas. Con lo que llegamos al detalle máximo, que sería que cada tienda tenga un SKU diferente, si así lo queremos, o podemos optar por metodología, por ejemplo, de muñeca rusa dentro de los surtidos automatizados, ¿no? Entonces, lógicamente, al igual que pasa en la parte de programación, hablamos de unas reducciones enormes en la carga de trabajo que tienen los equipos, con lo que los compradores o los category managers se pueden centrar en lo que realmente tienen que centrarse, que es en hablar con los proveedores, conseguir buenos productos, conseguir buenas negociaciones y dejar la parte de definir si necesitamos tener 15 tipos de mermeladas o necesitamos tener 7 tipos de mermelada en una tienda o en otra tienda, según su área, región, formato, tamaño o tipología de clientes de los que se mueven en su zona. Y relacionada también con el sector de retail, puesto que solo trabajamos con el sector de retail, no trabajamos con sectores industriales. Nuestro cliente principal es el supermercado, el bricolaje, perfumes, el fashion. Trabajaríamos también lo que es la parte de CRM y fidelización, con la parte de la aplicación de clientes, cupones, cashbacks, tarjetas promocionales sin límite. Es decir, aquí podemos generar cualquier club, cualquier fidelización que queramos establecer para los clientes, mantener, lanzar y enviar todas esas campañas a los clientes, de manera que las campañas no se conviertan solo en una parte promocional de descuento, 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 que es un cambio que se está viendo ya en los últimos años, donde lo que le vamos a hacer es darle un trato mejor al cliente. Y sobre esta parte más estándar o más tradicional de la fidelización y del marketing para los clientes, podemos operar con módulos, en este caso sí, no es una solución independiente, sino es un módulo que se agrega a esa parte de fidelización, de manera que un cliente podamos saber si tiene interés o no en animales, si tiene perros, si tiene hijos, si tiene familia, por la metodología de compra que ese cliente tiene e incentivar compras nuevas a través de la aplicación de cliente o a través de las campañas promocionales que se hagan a través de mails o WhatsApp, teléfono o mensaje, de manera que el cliente pueda recibir los productos apropiados y le damos lo que diríamos esa cesta ideal, porque un cliente con gatos probablemente comprará lo mismo que otro cliente con gatos, ¿no? Entonces, de esta manera podemos focalizarle en que el Big Data sea algo útil y que no sean solo datos que dejamos ahí.
Julián, un minuto, por favor.
No, simplemente, bueno, ya que me queda un minuto, que he ido rápido, quiero solo recordar la parte que mencionaba al principio. Tenemos lo que es la gestión de la parte operativa, que son nuestras 3 soluciones estrella, donde tenemos la parte principal de cadena de suministro, que ayuda a la parte del surtido para definir qué productos vamos a enviar a cada una de esas tiendas, la parte del planograma, que nos va a decir qué productos nos caben en las estanterías y a su vez le va a decir también al proveedor o al gestor de la cadena de suministro qué productos son los que les tiene que enviar para esa estantería sabiendo los tamaños que tiene. Con lo que, como veis, gestionamos de manera 360 lo que es la parte operativa. Hasta aquí, dejamos para las preguntas para después.
Listo,
Gracias.
muchas gracias, Julián. Bueno, recordarles que pueden dejar sus preguntas para abordarlas luego de la última presentación y si están interesados en tener alguna reunión o conocer más sobre las empresas que ya han presentado, pues tienen el contacto de todos los oficiales de comercio de sus países para poder, digamos, agendar en la mejor fecha. Ahora le doy el pase a Eli Wise de Yotpo para que nos comente más sobre la solución.
Thank you so much. My name is Eli Weiss. I spent the bulk of my career pre-joining Yuppo on the brand side, actually. A bunch of omni-channel brands, most recently a brand called Olipop, which is a healthy soda company in the US, as well as in the beauty space at a company called Jones Road Beauty. A little bit about Olipop. A little bit about Yuppo. Yuppo started in 2011, so it's been 15 years, started in Tel Aviv as a reviews company. So the idea was what Amazon was doing on the review side, giving brands the ability to collect reviews from their customers and use those reviews to convert better. Yuppo has gone through a lot of evolutions, but today I'll kind of speak through what the core 3 products for today. We've worked with 40,000+ customers globally. We have offices globally, a team in the US, a team in London, a team in Tel Aviv, Bulgaria, Australia, etc. We've launched 25,000+ loyalty programs for brands globally as well, and we integrate with just about every partner on the e-commerce side as well as on the omni-channel/retail side. Backed by a bunch of partners like Shopify, Tiger, etc. The core mission of Yuppo is to help brands from acquiring the customer even all the way up to discoverability. So when customers are searching on ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini, we help you show up better. Convert them better on your product page and category page on your website, as well as loyalty programs to help you come back. A lot of that has changed in commerce in general in the last few years. Obviously, people are now not just going onto a website that they like, they're actually asking in LLMs. And there's also less loyalty, right? You're kind of like always looking for the new thing when you're trying to save money and trying to get the best bang for your buck. Yuppo has worked with, again, thousands of brands across the world, but our kind of sweet spots are definitely fashion, beauty, consumer. So from again, a ton of footwear brands, a ton of fashion brands, a lot of strong omni-channel businesses, a lot of retail focused businesses like Fennec in London. So definitely across anything e-com and omni-channel, from Shopify to Magento to BigCommerce to Salesforce to custom build, etc. The 3 kind of core products, like I said, discoverability. Yuppo launched Discover a few months ago with the idea to help brands show up in LLMs, from pulling your reviews data and making sure it's surfaced, to making sure your product pages are great, to making sure that you're pulling review data and writing blog content. So we see a lot of blogs are being surfaced in LLMs, and we've tested that with customers like Steve Madden, David Protein, etc. And we were able to see that the citations were going up. To the review side, so I'll talk more about that in a second, but reviews is not about just quantity. It's more so about quality and recency. So making sure that you're collecting reviews. On average, people see 2.5 times more reviews with Yotpo than with any other provider. To making sure you're showing the right review. It's not always a 5-star review that should be shown on top. It might be a 4-star review that says, I had hesitations about X, Y, and Z, but here's why I bought it and here's what I liked. So those might convert better. We look at conversion, not just the most recent review, and we sort based on that with AI. And loyalty, making sure that we're giving the most experiential, unique, different, interesting loyalty programs to transform these buyers that you worked so hard to get into customers. A lot of the omni-channel work we do is making sure if you bought something in Sephora, you can scan your receipt. The brand now gets the information of what you're buying in Sephora or Ulta or Target or whatever, but also making sure that you can scan the receipt and get points for purchases that are made off-site, not just on the DTC side. No, I only have a few minutes, so I'll just speak in detail on just reviews to give you an idea of like what Yotpo sees reviews versus everyone else in the space. On the review side, a lot of the noise around reviews was just pay $10 a month and just collect reviews, and we don't think collection at the sake of just collection is important. We try to make sure you collect high quality reviews. So part of it is even prompting shoppers as they're leaving a review to say like, hey, other users mentioned fit. Other users, as you see here on the yoga set example, we're prompting users to submit better reviews. The other thing that Yotpo has that nobody else has is in-mail technology, which you can leave the review in the actual Gmail inbox or in your email inbox without clicking to a landing page, anything like that, which is why we collect a lot of high quality and both quantity in terms of reviews. And then display, again, to the point I made earlier, making sure that you're not just sorting it by most recent or highest reviews, because shoppers aren't silly, and they're also only looking at reviews for 7 seconds on average. So making sure in the 7 seconds, what are the 3-4 most important reviews? High quality with photos or videos, and what we call smart sorting, which we see increase conversion dramatically by showing the correct review that will convert better. And that's basically it. On the loyalty side, again, like from small mom and pop shops to massive enterprise companies, from the IKEAs of the world to the small Shopify brands, we work with all of them. I'd say we're very, very known for strategic optimization and customer success. We have the most customer success employees per capita compared to any other company in our space. And Discover has been like the big splash recently and fastest growing product for Yotpo. So again, always happy to share more on any of those 3 things. But that's it from me.
Thank you, Alan. Gracias. Bueno, hemos terminado la parte de las presentaciones y vamos a abordar lo que es preguntas y respuestas, así que los invitamos a que si todavía no han dejado en la caja de preguntas y respuestas su duda, lo hagan ahora. Vamos a iniciar con algunas preguntas que tenemos para Buffers AI. Déjame ver por acá si está todavía. Penny de Buffers AI. Sí. Hi, Penny. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. So we have a couple of questions for you. The first one is, how is the data entered to the model? Does it work only in the modern channel, or it could be used in the traditional trade? And also with that, what is the pricing model for Buffers AI?
So the all data it's a big topic, but I would say in simplicity that the only data that we need is the historical sales, and that can be transformed in files, CSV, XLSX, JSON, and others, and it could be web API, and we have an MCP. So the data transformation, that's very straightforward, it's technical, there is no problem in there. About the data quality, that's something that it's very important, and we are going to verify and work on it with the client. That's where most of the problem sits. And yeah, the whole idea is to get the minimum data and to get forecast result. We don't need the holidays, we get it. We don't need the seasonality, we get it. We don't need events, we get it by the data, just by the sales. You don't need to provide us because we understand that most of the clients has bad quality data. The only valid data, or I would say high quality data that retailers has is mostly the catalog data, meaning the product and its attributes, and the sales. All the rest we assume is low quality, meaning the stock levels in stores, meaning the stock level in warehouse, meaning the promotion dates, meaning the percentage promotions. The assumption is the data is bad and we usually do not use it. We assume it or extract it from the actual sales because we know how to do it. I can explain about it if someone can say in details how we get that information, but we know how to date it basically by the foundation models, as I said, by the pre-trained data that we get from millions of other SKUs that the big companies made and make it public, so we can extract it from there and learn it, assume it from there. About the pricing model, so the pricing model is based like every SaaS. It's based first setup depends on the client request if they want the replenishment and the purchasing modules. So that's a one time, and then there is a fee per store, not per seat, but per store. So usually, yeah, that's the price, but we can discuss it, offline.
For sure. And just to address also another question that someone put in the chat, he mainly saw textile chains, but do you work also with supermarkets, I guess, right?
Yes, we do. We have some big supermarkets. We have in Colombia, Venezuela, that's in South America. We have big in Europe. But yeah, it's the same concept, it's the same module, different constraints. So we know how to have it. We have a case study that we just released that shows great results. I'd be happy to share. Yeah. So again, we have clients like Toshiba and Hitachi. They are doing manufacturing for finished good. That's one product. We have supply chain. We have finished good like motors. SNS in the United States, they are doing trucks parts, and we have fashion like H&M, Victoria's Secret. So we know how to handle all these verticals in a very nice way. The difference is which constraints each company uses. That's the difference between the clients.
Okay. Thank you, Pini. So
Sure.
now we have a question. Maybe Tuvia, you could elaborate a bit more on the question that was asked in the chat. It says, how does the Amaze solution scales with volume accurately? They can understand how you can do this on a small scale, but how do you personalize the messages on a bigger scale?
Yeah, so that's basically the power. So I'll give you the quick background about the company. Emaze AI is a product born out of the company Emaze, which has a consumer-facing platform for 13 years already. So if you go to emaze.com, you'll see our consumer-facing platform. It's been around for 13 years. It's basically a content creation platform. So presentations, landing pages, websites, anything you want to create online, any type of content. That's powering tens of millions of users monthly. Hundreds of millions of creations are already powered by the platform. And about 2 years ago, that's when we started working on Emaze AI. We took that power of storytelling online, content creating, and we automated it together with the power of AI and specifically the different visual AI models that are out there that we're working on. And with that, we combined those and created Emaze AI. So that's basically the power, the ability. Our platform gives us the ability to create these visually enriched experiences at scale. We currently have live customers who are sending tens of thousands of messages per touch point on the spot at the moment. So it's something that our system knows how to handle very well, and part of what the work we've put into making sure, assuring it can happen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the extra details. Ahora tenemos una pregunta para Julián en Retano. Justamente alguien preguntaba, ¿cómo se sumaron los canales tradicionales más informales? ¿Creen que hay alguna solución que permitiría que se sumen a la tecnología?
Me ha quedado un poquito la duda, no acabo de entender muy bien si nos pudieran escribir sobre la pregunta, pero hasta lo que he llegado a entender, si me equivoco, corregidme. Las soluciones uno y 3 entiendo que hablamos de la parte de cadena de suministro y la parte de surtidos automáticos. Todas nuestras soluciones utilizan o nos dirigimos principalmente al canal informal, nos dirigimos a los canales offline. Nuestro cliente principal es el supermercado. Entonces, todo lo que sea offline se vuelca siempre, por tradición, en el sistema ERP de la propia empresa. Entonces, nosotros nos basamos en esa información del ERP. Del ERP es el que nos está dando toda la información de ventas, compras, logística, la parte de medidas, por ejemplo, en el caso de la programación, la parte de los surtidos, clusters, todo lo que tiene que ver con el producto, atributos, propiedades, etcétera. Entonces, con toda esa información, bien sea la cadena de suministro, que gestiona el forecasting, hace las automatizaciones de los pedidos en base a todos esos datos de atributos, propiedades, promociones, estacionalidades, de un producto que canibaliza a otro cuando está en promoción, viene de todos, o principalmente viene de los canales informales. Entonces, sumar tecnologías siempre podemos. Es decir, bien porque nos basamos en la información que tiene el RP, o bien incluso que sucede porque nuestros retailers utilizan canales externos de información, donde recogen, por ejemplo, información macro, información estadística del mercado, para añadir o agregar esa información de cómo se está moviendo, por ejemplo, no sé, vamos a decir los lácteos en un país concreto o en una región concreta, porque tienen datos macroestadísticos de canales externos a los propios datos del retail. No sé si esta era un poco por donde venía la duda, si no, Cristi, pues nos dicen, pero encantado de luego ampliar.
Sí, la persona que hizo la pregunta quiere precisar algo, lo puede hacer por la caja del chat, si no, luego lo podemos revisar según el país donde esté y se puede hacer la conexión con Rotano con Julián para que lo puedan abordar. Gracias. And we have another question for Eli. Um, if they are asking if is there any performance metric job book can share versus a baseline?
Yeah, it's hard to answer that without understanding where the current baseline is, right? If you it depends on category dramatically. Different categories see substantially different numbers in terms of review collection, less review collection, more on the conversion side. And it also depends what the baseline is, right? Like, is the baseline 0 reviews, or is the baseline thousands of reviews with a different provider? But on average, you see kind of like 2 to 3x in terms of review collection compared to leading competitors on the collection side, and then conversion between mid single digits to double digit increase in conversion depending on reviews AI summary, smart sorting, smart prompts. Again, the theory is the same. Is like, how do we make sure we can handle any objections that people have when they're looking at reviews? If somebody's scrolling, they like the shoe. When they're looking at reviews, what are they looking for? Is the quality good? Does it fit true to size? Will it be as good as it looks in the photo? Is it good for hiking? Like, all these questions. The better reviews you can collect to answer those questions, and the better visibility you have on the PDP and the site, the better conversion you have. But again, not a perfect answer, but happy to if you send me a note, I'm happy to look at your specific category.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Bueno, no tenemos otras preguntas, pero sé que probablemente van a surgir preguntas más adelante. Para todas las personas que nos están acompañando, pues les vamos a pasar la grabación para que puedan revisar las soluciones y también, si es posible, las presentaciones. Cosa que si tienen alguna duda, quieren agendar algún espacio luego con alguna de las empresas que estuvieron participando, pues justo Daniela les está poniendo por el chat el correo de cada oficial de comercio del país correspondiente. Entonces pueden escribir por ese medio y se pueden agendar reuniones. También si quieren conocer incluso otro tipo de soluciones de retail, conocer más sobre el ecosistema de Israel en este sector específico, pues también muy bienvenidos de poder escribir por ese medio. Otra vez agradecerle a las personas, a las empresas que estuvieron presentes desde Israel y el Expo Institute, a todas las misiones económicas y gracias también a todos ustedes por sumarse. Y cualquier duda, cualquier consulta, siempre muy bienvenida y estaremos con mucho gusto atendiéndola. Muchas gracias y que estén muy bien. Hasta luego. Bye everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.